Yo, welcome back to Warehouse Reacts. Today we are listening to Blackest Eyes by Porcupine Tree from their album In Absentia, which came out in 2002. I have heard the entirety of Dead Wing, their album, which came out in 2005, I think. I've heard the entirety of that album and I love it. I love every track from that album. Very kind of vibey band, very different to, a lot of the stuff I usually sort of listen to. I'm into kind of Periphery, Tesseract, those kind of bands, Genty sort of thing. But I also love, stuff like this. I listen to Alter Bridge and Avenged Sevenfold. So I kind of have had a lot of these influences on my music taste, and Porcupine Tree seems to kind of be somewhere in the middle of kind of my music, the spectrums of my music taste. But yeah, they've kind of passed me by as a band for the most part. But as I say, I've listened to Dead Wing all the way through. But Blackest Eyes, I have seen come up in my sort of recommended every now and again, and I've wanted to kind of save it. So we are going to give that a listen and see what that sounds like, and see if it sounds anything like Dead Wing, the album. Probably not. They seem like the kind of band who would do something sort of different every album. They kind of seem very experimental, maybe is the word, sort of experimental like that, where they'd want to kind of move on from their old stuff from the previous album and do something completely different, but obviously maintaining their kind of sound, as it were. But yeah, we'll jump right in. Here is Blackest Eyes by Porcupine Tree. I do have the lyrics pulled up. I'm going to be glancing over at them. I don't really take lyrics in on the first listen. That's more for second and third listens, but got them up anyway. Starting with a kind of electric guitar plucking at the kind of towards the bridge. Oh yeah. Yeah, the drums are nuts. Where we going? Oh yeah. Sounds like Porcupine Tree. They do have that kind of strange lyricism in parts of their music. There we go. Displays it. Vocal harmonies sound very familiar. It's interesting. It sounds like, to me at least, that it sounds like the kind of acoustic guitar is doing what an electric guitar usually would do. It's kind of riffing more than playing. I mean, at least in that chorus, anyway, it was kind of doing a bit more riff-heavy stuff rather than just pure chords. Not that that's a electric guitar exclusive thing, but that's kind of the most usual, the most common things that. But yeah, I mean, like I say, the kind of lyrics, occasionally, like I said, the only thing I've heard is Dead Wing, the album. So occasionally on that album, there's parts where kind of the same lyrical kind of content as it's so erotic when your makeup runs. It's just very kind of, I don't know what word I'd use to describe it, but it's very unusual just to sort of plant that in somewhere as a kind of shock. But then the follow-up line immediately is, "I got wiring loose inside my head," which is kind of like I say, it kind of explains that kind of that side of things. But just reading the next lyric, a few minutes with me inside my van. So we'll see what that entails. Anyway, back to it. So familiar, but shut up. Oh yeah. Yeah. I wonder where this goes. Like a organ, like an E-organ, electric organ of some sort. On a Korg or something, I'm sure. I got one loose inside my head. I got books that never ever read. I got secrets in my garden shed. I got a scar where all my urges bled. Got people underneath my bed. I got a place where all my dreams are dead. I wonder if we're going to get a tuku 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 and then another heavy chorus. We haven't gone back into the chorus, but we did get the drum fill, the re-intro, if you will. Very fun to play guitar. Nice. Okay, that was Blackest Eyes by Porcupine Tree. Yeah, like I said, very the lyrics I'll probably have to get. Like I said, I don't really take too much note of them on a first listen, but you know, when I re-listen to this song, I'll have to go into them in depth and see what they kind of mean, or what they mean to me, at least. Anyway, I think lyrics, unless they're, you know, hyper specific, I think lyrics should you should take them and interpret them in your own way. That's what music's for, I think. That's not, I'm not breaking any new ground by saying that, but yeah, it sounds like, it sounded like Porcupine Tree, so maybe they don't kind of, you know, change their sound too much from album to album, but like I said, it sounded really good. It sounds like it was recorded well, and it was kind of very, not all over the place, but there's no kind of solid structure to it where it's kind of like verse, chorus, bridge, you know, chorus at the end. It's kind of loosely, that sounds like what it's kind of loosely based on, but that kind of groove breakdown a little bit after the second chorus towards the end of the song. Love that bit. Like I said, I'm into kind of more rhythmically kind of interesting stuff like that. And yeah, I'll have to give the rest of this album a listen at some point. But yeah, let me know if you want me to listen to any other Porcupine Tree song or any other song. Leave it in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.